Hey, 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 what is going on, resetters? It is Janine Victor McDade, and I am burnt, y'all. But I owe you a podcast and I owe you a video. And I didn't want to waste this beautiful beat. So shout out to Kiara Alicia. Let me make sure I'm getting her information right. She's here in the Bay Area. Kiara Alicia Beauty, Chiara dot Alicia, Alysia dot beauty. Thank you so much, beautiful, for this wonderful beat. Y'all, today I'm tired because I've been working today. Today was a new brand shoot for reset budgeting and financial coaching. It's been a moment since I had done a photo shoot for the brand, and since the website looks different, it was time to change up the photos and what have you. And of course, to continue to produce content and to, for 2026, what I wanted to do was produce elevated content for you. So, yes, your good sis has been working today. And so that's why these lashes and these eyes look like look like they are half closed because I am tired. Also, before I get into today's episode or tonight's episode, it officially is February 22nd when I'm recording this. You all will get to this probably in a day or two after editing. And so it is officially my wedding anniversary. And so I want to shout out my hubby, Arthur McDade III. Happy anniversary, honey. The time and the years just continue to fly by. I mean, I swear they really do. He's behind the scenes, and that's just naturally who he is as a person. That is naturally what he does, literally in his profession. He is behind the scenes, but trust me, he is looking and observing and watching behind the scenes. So when I come on here and I'm well fed and I'm well hydrated and all the things, it's because my hubby has come in and taken care of me and made sure I've got my tea or my coffee or my cocoa or whatever it is that I need. And so those are just the very little things that he does. So I just want to tell you, love you, honey. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for what you do and how you support our household behind the scenes so that I can live out this dream that God gave me and this calling that God gave me through reset budgeting and financial coaching. So just want to shout you out and say happy anniversary. All right, let's get into it, y'all. So before we get into it, I know you see, if you've been a part of this channel, if you've listened to the podcast, if you definitely consume the content, you know that I talk about date night with our money. So now there's some merch. So this is the prototype. You'll be seeing opportunities to purchase sweatshirts just like these and other wonderful sayings that I say to my clients and to y'all. But yeah, it's date night with my money. And what does that mean? If you're new here, you have to cultivate time with the things and the people that are important in your life. So just like relationships, you've got to make time. You've got to set aside time and be intentional. Just like with your money, if you want your money to grow, if you want a good relationship with your money, if you want to make sure that you're telling your money what to do and where to go and how to serve you, then you need to actually create time. And so whether it's date day, date night, or what have you, there should be some time that you are carving out on your own cadence. It could be every week. It could be every 2 weeks. When you get in a real wonderful groove, it could be once a month. But there should be some time that either you, if you're single or what have you, or if you're married or what have you, that you, your family, your hubby, your boo, yourself, whatever, if you all have goals together, that you got to be talking about them and you've got to be inspecting what you expect your money to be doing. So if you expected your money to pay your PG&E, aka your gas and your electric bill, then did you check in your bank account to make sure that that actually happened? Did you put your systems in place to make sure that if you don't go in there and manually pay it, it does get paid, that the money gets in the account that's identified for payment and the actual bill gets paid? Did you make sure those things were happening? Did you make sure that if you decided to have some savings automatically go into an account, did it happen? Did it go? Was there money there? Did you miss a payment? You got to check on those things. And yeah, date night is the perfect time to do that. So date night with my money. There's also praising and minding my paper is what I do. That in that order. So those are the first 2 things that are coming out. You'll be seeing that on the channel. And so that's also what I've been up to as well. I want to shout out 2 people that have just really, really proud of and want to, shout them out. So of course I told you about, my makeup artist. So y'all go on Instagram, go follow her. I've got a wonderful makeup team now. And so Kiara, you are a part of the team. Okay. I had the most wonderful and amazing faith led God filled conversation with my hairstylist while I was actually getting my hair done. So shout out to Tamisha at YBS Salon in Oakland. So look her up. And she's on Style Seat, for those of you all who are familiar with Style Seat. And just, I mean, literally walking into the door, getting my hair done. This side say, hey, we still hanging. And this side is like, girl, we tired. I understand, babe. I understand, little hair. I walked into the door and I think she was just like, "What do you do again?" And we just start talking about reset bookkeeping and she just shared with me some really amazing things that confirmed some things for her, but also confirmed some things for me as far as being on this journey with this business, being very, very mindful and conscious about making sure that I keep God at the center of this business so that he sends the people that I need to be connecting with and talking to and what have you. So once again, so shout out to Tamisha YBS Salon. But I say all of that to say that Tamisha's sister, her sister, Malika Elise, goes by Malika Elise, has some projects. And so this is her first project. It basically this came in a bundle. I'm going to tell you, this is a fly bundle. Her first project is called My Knockoff Psalms. And it is like writings and it's like her journal writings and things like that. I mean, I'm just really excited to get into it. It comes with a journal as well. But her new project is Let Me Heal You Something. You know how people tell you, like, let me tell you something. Let me heal you something. And look at this, y'all. I mean, how freaking cute is that? And then it comes with a candle as well. And, I opened it up, but what's on the back I want to, read is she says, this healing journal is a space dedicated to your personal growth, self reflection, and recovery. Through these pages, aim to explore your thoughts, emotions, and experiences with compassion and honesty. I dare you to reclaim your strength, reflect on your journey, and heal one day at a time. And so, take the wrapping off of here. I looked through this book because there was one out in the hair salon. And as soon as I started flipping through it, there were, man, if I can find it, I opened right to one of the things that I say all the time. And of course, I'm not going to open to it now. But I mean, I literally read it and I was like, oh my gosh, like that was actually something I talked about last week or something I talked about with somebody. And she has things in here. Praise the Lord, my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases. And that's Psalms 103, 2 through 3. It's wonderful. It's a journal. It's an affirmation book. It is also a book where you can reflect on the end of your day. And I really love how she laid this out, right? So tomorrow will be release your feelings, release your discomforts. My lesson for the day. There's a mindfulness tracker in here, and you can rate from a scale of 1 to 5 your self care, your nutrition, your fitness, your sleep, your productivity. And then somewhere in here, it just one thing, or if you can fit more, where it says I'm proud of. I'm just like, man, this is awesome. And when I swing it back to money, number one, reflection is key. There's work to be done because your relationship with money comes from somewhere. It didn't just come out of thin air, right? It comes from somewhere. You saw someone manage money in a certain way that you either mimicked or you avoided because you saw repercussions, or you just saw how people managed money and that's how you decided to manage your money. And whether it's serving you or not, there's some self reflection in that. For me, when I was on my journey and what pricked me was that I wanted to buy a home, and when I pulled my credit score, it was a 529, and they were like, "Yeah, you have a great job, you make good money, but nobody's gonna give you a loan with a 529 credit score, girl." And that 529 credit score came from some trauma of being laid off for the first time at like 19, 20 years old, not quite knowing what to do. If you ain't got it, you can't, what did they say? You can't get blood out of a turnip. And not really going back and addressing that. Like, I mean, I was paying bills and what have you, but I didn't go back and address the trauma that happened in my financial health at that time as I gradually, got another job and what have you. And so those things stuck. And when creditors are evaluating you, this is how they see you. They're not calling you on the phone. They're not having an interview with you. They're not going on, well, maybe they are going on LinkedIn. I don't know. But no LinkedIn back then. But they're not really going to research to find out the other story, the bigger story. Your number is your indicator. Is she responsible? Does she pay people back? Will she pay us back? Is she a financial risk or is she a financial investment if we lend money to her? If we lend this amount of money to her to actually purchase a home. And so that led me on my journey. And there is a lot of reflection. Girl, Janine, man, you've wasted so much money. I remember I mentioned this on either it was a post or something, but I remember when I banked with US Bank and I think I had stuff on auto pay and I wasn't really paying attention. And I didn't pay attention to the dates and stuff going in and out. And I probably was taking money out because I was trying to live beyond my means and I was trying to have life meet me in the now. And I hadn't prepared for it from the past to the future. Hopefully, y'all will catch that tomorrow of what I just said. And overdrafts. And the overdrafts, they start off nice, well, no overdraft is nice. But they start off with maybe like $18 and then you get so many and then it might go up to like 22. Then it goes to 26 and then it'll go to 28, 30. So I mean, it kept going up and up and up. And I was at the top tier of overdrafts, right? Whatever, however much per overdraft they could charge you, they were charging me. And I don't remember the exact amount now. I used to remember it, but I can tell you I had given US Bank over $1,500 just in overdraft fees alone. Just them saying, no, we're not going to pay that. Or we paid it, covered it, and we're going to charge you for that. Either way, both scenarios resulted in actual overdraft fee. And I had given US Bank $1,500 just for that. And I had to take some accountability and responsibility and make sure that never, 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 ever, ever, ever again will I be giving away that amount of money to someone. Do you know how much $1,500 compounded over time can give you in a high yield savings account, in a stock account, crypto, whatever the case may be, versus just giving it to a bank that already has money, already has access to everybody's money that they can invest and do the things and make money and what have you because they're holding your money. That's all a part of the journey. And there's a lot of things that I shared in my content today during the shoot that talked about that. So yeah, I highly recommend go to Invoke Productions, NVOK Productions, all one word, on Instagram, and go check her out. Go look and see where the link is. I will tell you this bundle was $60, right? Let Me Heal You Something, the new thing, the candle, the 2 books with the journal, like all of it, bundle was $60. I made a conscious decision to spend money to support another entrepreneur, and then specifically another Black woman entrepreneur that's out here trying to pour goodness into the world. So I hope that you will go ahead and take a look at her content. It's actually beautiful. Oh man, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. It's really good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to check it out and see how consistent I can be. of checking in every day and making sure I'm taking care of me because how we do one thing is how we do everything. And once again, our habits, the things that we do, it ain't just about money. Now, I work with you on your money, but there are some things that I can tell you that if we had a really good, deep, sister girl conversation, that you would tell me, well, you know what? Like, I also struggle with XYZ, the way I manage my money or the way that I avoid in my money. I also do that here. I also do that there. We all have it. We all do it. So, reflection. We're gonna talk about that, reflection and mindset. So the last thing that I'll leave you with, I just wanted to drop some wonderful gems. I wanted to recognize some amazing people. One of the last things that I'll leave you with is another shout out. So I want to shout out my girl, one of my circle and one of my friends for so many days. I'm gonna say it for a few decades. God dog it, Jesus. I'm still cute and I'm still fly. I don't give a doggone what y'all say. But yes, we have been friends for a few decades now, a couple decades. And I want to shout out my girl, also one of my clients, Yolanda Thomas, owner of Best Beginnings Family Daycare, for the work that she has been doing within the actual government for pushing the need for more resources and funding for daycare. Now let's really talk about money. Like I remember when our youngest son was in daycare. Now, when I had to go in and out of the office and he was really young, I was very, 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 very weary of putting him in daycare because he had been at home with me. So the only person I would put him in daycare with, because I had to go back into the office. I had to go a couple times a week at that point in time in my career. And my mother had just had surgery because she was watching our son. The only person I was willing to do that with was Yolanda Thomas of Best Beginnings Daycare. And for those of y'all that may be in the Bay Area, I would literally drive from my house about 45 minutes to Pittsburgh, drop him off about 6:30 in the morning, maybe 7 o'clock, and then drive another 30 minutes, kind of cat a corner direction to my job. And that was for my peace of mind. Like I was willing to get up and drive, which would kind of be out the way, to get him to where I knew he would be safe, he would be cared for, he'd be fed, he'd be loved on, and he would have a great experience. And here's the biggest thing. That's the peace of mind that I needed. We'll do a lot of things for our peace of mind. And so daycare and where we put our babies and our children, who we put them in the care of is so important. So I give you all of that to say daycare is a huge expense. It's a huge expense for families. It's a huge expense for, parents and having to pay that in order to make sure that you're putting your child somewhere where in some cases it may be 8+ hours that your child and your baby is in a program until they become school age. But they're in a facility, they're in a home, they're somewhere where their needs are they're going to need to be met for the day. And let me tell you, I do Best Beginnings books. I am their bookkeeper. I know what monies go into specifically for this business, what goes into the investment that they make in food, quality food, and, curriculum and all the things. And so I'm so proud of her for being a part of the union. She recently did a ride along with Eric Swalwell. Eric Swalwell is a United States representative, particularly in California for the Democratic Party. And she's got reels and stories on Instagram. She is currently, well, maybe the party's over now, right? But she was currently at the Democratic Party convention, I believe, that they had tonight, and had her reels and her ride along with Eric Swalwell on the big screen. I know she's giving a speech, I believe, on Sunday. I mean, she's doing big, amazing things to really get the call out that there needs to be more funding and resources and pay for those that take care of our babies. Because they need a team too. So it's not just this one person. They probably got staff. She has staff and wants to pay them well so that they do good work and they stay and she can retain them. That's 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 the long story of it. So I want to shout you out. Congratulations, yo. I'm so proud of you of the work that you've been doing. I mean, 2025 and 2026, she's been on fire. She has been doing it and getting the attention of the folks who actually can make a difference. So I just wanted to do that. This particular video, this particular podcast is just, it seems to be all about shouting out, congratulating, recognizing folks that are doing amazing and great things. And that can be you as well. If you are a small business owner, I am taking clients. It is the beginning of the year. It's a wonderful time for you to be able to start your business fresh and anew with the partnership of a bookkeeper. And Reset Bookkeeping is taking new clients. Now, if you've been winging it, if you've been trying to use Chat GPT to to answer questions and your bookkeeping is taking you 2 and 3 hours to do maybe 1 to 2 functions, that's not your ministry. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be in your business. So feel free, go to www.resetyourmoney.com/bookkeeping and get on my calendar. Doesn't mean that you're committing, just means that you're actually going to commit to have a conversation. Is there some synergy? And does God want us to work together? Is there something I can do to help you be better and do better and have more time in your business and not working on your business in this fashion if this ain't your if this isn't your ministry? The other thing is that I want to leave you with just something to noodle on for the next couple of days. You deserve peace. You deserve calm. You deserve strategy. You deserve clarity. You deserve to have an amazing relationship with your money. Your money should not be bringing you stress. It should not be bringing you sleepless nights. It should be a tool. It's a tool. And trust me, you have full control over it. That's the thing that we forget about. We control our money, but hey, when we don't pay attention, guess what? Our money finds things to do and makes a mess of usually most things if we are not strategically telling it what to do. All right. So I think that's gonna be it, y'all. I'm tired. Y'all energize me a little bit. I appreciate that because the system was fading. But I'm really passionate about what I do. I hope that comes across to y'all when I talk to you and comes across on this screen. And so again, congratulations, ladies, everybody that I shouted out. Look these folks up. They do amazing and wonderful work. They are great people to work with. I only work with really really great people who have a great spirit and, love on your soul. And yeah, I'm out. I'm tired. Peace. I'll talk to you soon. And once again, look out for the merch.